All right, everybody. Scott Pierce here at Listings to Leads. Sorry, I'm a minute late. I was having some technical issues, but I think we're good. So go ahead and let me know where you're coming in from, and let's get ready to pay attention because we've got a good call today. Actually, just listening to another client of ours who's also a real estate coach, and he was saying that the sign writers, sign calls are so good as far as the leads are concerned. So I'm going to make sure we're going to talk about that today. If you got a listing, we want to make sure that your yard sign is dialed in and good to go because, and I've known this for a long time, but it's good to hear people say it now, right? Today, literally on a call this morning, he was talking about it, how good the leads are from a sign writer. So I'm going to make sure that we talk about that as well. So Sarasota, awesome. Chandler, Boston, good. I was just hearing that Tesla is testing unsupervised something rather in Boston, and I'm like, man, it's cold in Boston. But anyways, I hope it's not too bad for you there. So if you want to log in to Listings to Leads right now and do some of this with me, one of the things that we're going to talk about today, and this is new, which is hopefully you've seen that we got the Facebook lead ads, right? We got the custom questions that you can add to your listings. And I was trying one out on an ad over the weekend with 3 questions selected, which I've always avoided 3 questions because I didn't think leads would be really open to going through 3 different questions. But I did it in a way where I was pretty deliberate in what I was asking and how I was asking it. And man, it's producing really good results. So I'm going to be walking through that today as well. The Villages in Florida, is that in Sarasota? Or is that somewhere else, Debbie? Are you in Sarasota there? Because I used to live not too far away from the Villages in Sarasota, Florida. I know that area very well. Not well like a local. Okay. So in Sarasota, yeah, the Villages is probably kind of a ubiquitous term down there. But there is a Villages in Sarasota, Florida, which I know of. Northern Virginia, absolutely beautiful area there. So tell me the status of a listing that you're either marketing or that you've got. So if it's your listing, phenomenal. If it's not your listing, fine. But let me know the status of the listing that you've got. What I'm going to do is log into Listings to Leads. And listen, if you do what I'm telling you to do, first of all, every status of the listing, whether it's coming soon, just listed, active, open house, pending, and just sold, all have unique marketing tools and lead gen opportunities for you to generate buyer and seller leads. So every time you got a listing, especially if it's your listing in particular, make sure, right, it'll come in usually as either just listed or maybe coming soon, as you can see on my computer here. And then it'll automatically flip from just listed to active in 2 weeks, so 14 days automatically. And then once your listing goes pending, some MLSs update, some don't. So if your MLS will update, it'll change the status to pending. I'm telling you, keep marketing, remarket that property at pending. It is such a great status. And then when it goes sold, all right. So Raul, you just said my listing just got sold. Beautiful. Congratulations on that one. Make sure you do the just sold marketing. All right. We've got another webinar talking about just sold marketing. So you want to make sure that you do that because it is, one of the big things in advertising and marketing is staying in front of people seeing our message. And when you show a listing that's being marketed, especially if you're going to use the retargeting or one of the things Corey Smallman does out of Orlando, Florida, is he will use the print marketing at just listed, and then again at just sold, and he'll do anywhere from 2 to 400, and he gets listings regularly from it. So this is a great status. I don't care if you're coming soon, just listed, active, or open house. You're going to want to make sure that you do the nearby homeowner letter that we're going to walk through, with the idea that you're going to do it a second time to those same homes when it is sold. All right. Does that make sense? When you have a few listings and just sold and you are trying. Kim, what do you mean? Let me know a little bit more about what you were referring to there. And you know what I might do is, if you got a few listings and a few just solds, I would market one listing today, and then or this week, and then a sold listing this week, and I would just rotate every week. One of your different listings and one of your different listings next week, and then kind of rotate through every week if you want. Yeah, bombard. Well, Kim, yeah. So I would just do what I just said. I would just rotate every week. I think that would be the best bet. Now for Facebook ads, depending on your budget, you might run the Facebook ads all at once. All right. But yeah, let's go through this. And, again, think about the nearby homeowner letter. You're sending it to listings around the area. So unless the listings are all in the same neighborhood, it'll be different people that get the nearby homeowner letter. So let's roll through that today. And Kim, feel free to ask questions as I go through this related to your situation, because we got a lot of teams that use listings to leads, and they've got a similar issue. All right. Now, whether it is different agents under the team responsible for the marketing, or if it is the team that's doing it, I'll try to speak to that a little bit as we go through. So if you need help getting your listing into your account, let our support team know. They'll help you out. I'm going to click the green market listing button, and we got a great step-by-step overview guide right here. We have a checklist that you can download, and I'm going to click the learn more button. I'm going to open up the guide, and I'm going to come back to that in a little bit. But that guide is a great read if you haven't read it before, or if you're a little bit unsure of how all this works. It's as if we were sitting next to each other and I was walking you through this. And I'm going to refer back to it for a few different reasons as we go through here. But the first thing I'm going to do is a Facebook and Instagram ad. And this is where, so pay attention, because we're going to add 3 questions to the ad. In fact, let me show you. If I go to a past ad, so any ad that you've run before will be in the tab just behind the work area. So you can always go back and see your old ads. And let's see here. There we go. So here is, it's a just listed, but new construction. And if I learn more, you see how there's 2 questions here? One is, what's most important to you in your next home? And I'm going to select extra bedrooms, whatever. All right. And would you like me to send you a current list of builder incentives? Because this is a new construction. All right. So these questions are a little bit more tailored for new construction people. Continue. And then we'll get name, email, and phone number. And then you click through, you go to the single property website or the landing page. So that's how these ads work. And so back here in listings to leads, right, we click Facebook and Instagram ad. All right. So location is going to autofill. Radius. So we brought Facebook into listings to leads. No need to go to the Facebook ads manager. All right. Lifetime budget of 35. I'm going to change that to 100. Going to start in 1 week. And this template is fine, although I like the template where the image is on top and the 3 previews are below. So I'm going to click change template. And you can change the color. I can change the text. I can even change the images in here. So if I click edit right here, there's a little edit, and it might just say, for example, just listed. And that might be what yours says, just listed, for sale, coming soon. And I might say, tap learn more for price details and more. So that's more what it's going to look like by default. I can change the color. I like to use red just because it stands out more on Facebook. So when I'm doing Facebook ads, Facebook is a lot of blue, a lot of white, a lot of green, some brown. There's not a lot of red. And so I like to have my ad image showing the red outline so that it pops a lot more on Facebook. All right. And I don't know what happened to 100, but $100 for my budget. And now here is where I want you to really, really pay attention. All right. Pay attention, please. I'm going to click advanced options, and then we're going to customize those questions that we just saw when I clicked on the previous ad. So under advanced options, the green create new form button. Check this out. Form questions right here. So think about it this way. Every listing has a kind of a profile buyer. So your profile buyer, you're in Southwest Florida, you're in Cape Coral, you're near the water views, second home buyers, out of state buyers, maybe want a second home. Maybe you're in Orlando and you're in a more of a move up area. So these are more move up buyers. Maybe you're in Texas and it's in an older community and it's a downsizing type buyer. So see what I mean? Depending on your location, depending on the property itself, depending on the price point of the property, and having or asking different questions of the people clicking the ad are really going to help us out in our follow-up. And so check this out. If I click and open up form questions, notice name, email, and phone number are selected. So that's standard, right? Name, email, phone number. That's your Facebook ads typically when you're running through the ads manager. But we've got the opportunity to ask other questions. So for example, what is your time frame to buy? That's turned on by default. I'm going to just turn it off. Scroll down. Would you like my free ultimate guide to buying a home? I'm going to turn that off. And I'm going to go all the way to the bottom. And so I'm going to just work my way from the bottom up. So for example, one of them is, what is your desired maximum monthly payment? What's your absolute? Would you like me to send you current builder incentives or specials? That's more for new construction. You're going to see here, there's 5 versions of the same question. What's most important to you in your next home? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 versions of that question. But notice underneath the question, there is a profile, luxury executive buyers. And I can see what the replies are or the answers are that they can select from. Lifestyle second home. So that might be great for Southwest Florida and other areas. And you can see what the answer options are. Downsizing retirement. So if you got a single story home in a 55 plus community, this would be a phenomenal question to ask, because now I'm going to be able to find out what is most important: single story, low maintenance, golf course, gated community, close to shopping, and all or most of these are important, because the more I know about the person I'm going to be engaging with, the more I can add value quicker to engage them better. Does that make sense for everybody? So by being a little bit strategic in the questions that we ask in the ad, the better our follow-up is going to be, and the more likely we are to engage them faster. So I'm going to, for this one, I'm going to go family move up. And the reply options are great schools, safe, family-friendly neighborhood, open floor plan, extra bedrooms, private backyard or outdoor space, close to shopping, or all or most of these are important. So I'm going to hit that one. And it says, would you like to be notified when similar homes hit the market? What's changing in your housing needs? See if you qualify for zero down or down payment assistance. Another phenomenal question. So again, if you're in a price point, or if you've got a lender who can provide zero down or down payment assistance options, that could be a fabulous question to ask, because people really want to know, and they're going to be much more open to responding if you're able to help them with down payment assistance. So if you're working with a lender, this is a great question to ask. Uh, would you like a list of price reduced homes for sale? That could be a great one. So I'm going to add that one. And I'm also going to add, let's see here. Let's see, what other question do I want to add? I'm going to say, what's changing in your, where is that question at? So, what's changing in your housing needs right here? And the replies are downsizing, upsizing, buying my first home, or moving for another reason. Now, I can also rearrange the order of these questions. I do like, would you like a list of price reduced homes for sale first? And then what's changing second? And what's most important? I'm gonna put what's most important next. Because if I ask you, hey, what's most important to you regarding X? It makes you feel like you're being heard, and it's a much easier for you to answer that. So I want price reduced first because that's a great one, right? Yes, I want a list of price reduced homes for sale. Second, what's most important to you in your next home, right? Again, I feel like I'm being heard. And then third, just what's changing in your housing needs. Create form. You can ask 2 questions. You can ask 3 questions. Don't ask more than 3 questions. That's going to get way, way, way too much. And so I got location, my budget, 1 week, great ad template. Just close advanced options and click create ad. All right. John, I don't really even get that question. We're not an agency. We're a marketing firm for real estate agents and brokers. If you do not have AI text follow-up from your CRM, I highly recommend that you use Listings to Leads. It is so easy. All you got to do is click subscribe if you're not subscribed to it. It is $50 for 50 leads, which is what I would sign up for. If you're generating more leads, then you can get more put in here. But it's a great service to use. It's going to follow up with the leads. It's going to ask, are you looking for more information about this property? Or are you just browsing? And then it will make them offers and try to engage that person, I think, for past 6 months. All right. And John, I don't even know why you're even asking these questions, to be honest with you, dude. I don't even know why you're even bothering with that. If you don't have anything to ask about what we're doing, I would just rather you not comment, if you don't mind, because we're trying to help our clients out here, and I'm not really sure if you're adding to that. Deb, you can't edit the questions themselves, but if you got another question you want to add, or if you've got a thought to editing the replies, let me know so we can do that in the back end. But you can't do that yourself. Make sense? All right, I'm going to turn that off. I don't want to get that going. Yeah, and John, you know what, dude? I'm going to really ask you to just relax, and I'm going to put you in a timeout because you're pretty much off topic. So we got the Facebook ad. That's going to be sent to Facebook, sent to Meta, and should be live anywhere from 5 to 15 to 20 minutes. And it'll capture name, email, phone number. And it is also going to capture those 3 questions. When you get the Facebook the lead notification from Listings to Leads, pay attention. All right, pay attention, because in the email and also in the lead detail page and also sent to your CRM will be, it'll show the question that you've turned on, and then it's going to show their reply. So make sure in the follow-up that you are addressing what they responded or what they replied to, or what they answered, I should say, for those questions. Does that make sense? Yeah. All right. Because again, that we're already seeing that's really being pretty powerful for helping our clients engage these leads. All right, next up, share on seller social media. Oh, I'm sorry, social media post. All right. So next up, social media post. This will Facebook, X, LinkedIn, Instagram, and Google. And you can Nextdoor, if you're on Nextdoor, Facebook groups, you can put it on Facebook groups. I always tell people just be a little bit careful. You don't want to get banned on a Facebook group. From here, I'm going to change actually this image. For social media, I like the sideways. I'm going to save that. And so we got just listed in Folsom. When people click this, they're going to go to either the listing landing page, which the same coach this morning I was listening to about the sign yard or the sign writers, the yard sign with sign writers. He was saying the listing landing page. He likes the listing landing page because he said, and he's pretty, been doing this for a decade, that these generate the best leads and the most leads of anything he's ever tested. And this guy is pretty tech savvy. He loves these landing pages. Personally, myself, I would prefer the single property website, but it's completely up to you. So if you're a little bit more hardcore and you really want to generate more leads, then use the listing landing page. If you're just, I want to generate leads. That's why I'm running an ad. That's why I'm doing all these other things. But for social media posting, you've got your option. All right. And I can either click post now, schedule, that will schedule it out. And if I need to connect more, I can edit the image like we were just seeing. And if I click here to look at a previous post, same as the ad, it's going to, when people click it, they're going to go to the property website. Now, the only difference is in the ad, we're going to get the replies to those 3 questions that we selected and name, email, and phone number. So the ad gives us a lot more information for all the people clicking through. The post just lets people go here, which is why the other person I was referring to likes the landing page, because then it helps them generate more leads from the social media post. And if you use the landing page, well, then when they go through the landing page, they're going to land here as well. And you can see here, I got video, I got my professional photos, I got a 3D tour, I got a community video. So if you're doing YouTube, we got the community video, and I got a client review video. A lot of great stuff in here. All right. So the single property websites from Listings to Leads are pretty amazing. So that's a social media post. Share on the seller. Absolutely so powerful. If you are not doing this, you are leaving money on the table. And for the person that said that they've got the just sold property, keep in mind everything I'm doing here is good for just sold as well, except the call to actions and the language around it's going to be different, obviously. But how it works is very, very similar. Okay. So hopefully you're listening to this and going, all right, even though I've got a listing that just sold, and for somebody else, maybe Kim as well, right? When you got a listing that has sold, you're going to run through the same tools. The tools themselves, because the status has changed, it's going to go from buyer to seller lead capture. It's going to, the language around the post will change, the image will change, but how you use them are going to be very similar. And that's true for the stuff for the seller. So for the seller, this is a post, and when it gets on the seller's Facebook page and people click it, they go to the property website. The beautiful thing about these for the seller is it is going to help you engage their sphere of influence at a level that is really hard to replicate any other way. So what you're going to do is click the green button. And if you don't have their information there, it'll probably say add seller info, add the email and salutation, click send. Yes, send it. I don't need to send it. I've already done it. And we're also going to do the e-flyer as well. just like the social media post, the e-flyer is going to link to the property website. And so this is a great way to show the seller's sphere of influence our marketing. And here's the thing, think about it in the long term, because just like Kim has some sold listings, the other person, I can't remember who, said they got a sold listing. If we do this now while the listing is for sale, we do it again when it's pending, and we do it again when it's sold. Imagine the story that that tells to the seller's sphere of influence. So now the seller's sphere of influence is going to see us as like a very, very successful agent. They're going to remember us a lot more because now they've seen us multiple times. You're going to be CC'd when the seller gets these two emails. So again, for the e-flyer, click send to seller, right? Click send. You are going to be CC'd on those emails. And so what I want you to do is I want you to call the seller up, and just you're going to say something to the effect of, "Hey Deb, Scott here, and we're doing another round of marketing for your property. I just did a new Facebook ad, got some social media postings going out. I have a lot of other things that are going to be happening, and I sent you a couple of things, one to share on your Facebook page, another thing to share via email, because in this changing market, we want to make sure that we don't leave any stones unturned. And you likely know people who know people that would love to move to the area. So in addition to all the things that we're doing, I just wanted to share a few things with you so that you could share those with people as well." Sellers love it. People have gotten listings from this. They've gotten buyers from it, and it's all absolutely free. So you want to make sure that you get this to the seller, especially when it's just listed. Maybe when you do the not maybe, just listed, open house, when the listing goes pending. Because now imagine, by the time it goes pending, it's the third or fourth time they've seen this tool on the seller's page. And it's telling that story like, "Hey, Deb just listed the property. Deb had an open house. Deb went pending. Deb got the property sold. Wow. I remember Deb, and Deb must be an amazing agent." And so after you call the seller up, find out, if they got any questions. It should be, normally it's very, very easy. The seller just copies and pastes into their Facebook page. What you should do is go like the post and leave a quick little comment, something to the effect of, "Looks great." Don't have to overthink it, because then when the seller's friends start commenting, you're going to be notified. And some of the comments from the seller's sphere of influence are going to be appropriate for you to respond to. And it's a great way to build engagement. So make sure when you are the listing agent, you get these to the seller, because it is so, so powerful. All right. Next up, the nearby homeowner letter. It is editable, although a client just came into the mastermind group a few months ago, talking to another client last week. Both said, you don't need to edit the letter, just send it. This letter is best to send while the listing is for sale, just listed, open house, even active. All right. Send this to 200 homes around the listing. You can handwrite the letters, the envelopes, if you want. There's a service called Zaire Mail that you could use. This is a great one. Mailbox Power, Thanks.io. They've all got the handwritten font options for the envelopes. And so what you're going to do is, people do this letter all sorts of ways. So you print the letter, or if you send it to Zaire Mail, you can send them the mailing list, get it from your title company, get it from Redx, get it from wherever. And then you can send all that to Zaire Mail. They will print it. They will mail it for you. Again, you want to do 200. I would say do 200 to 300 twice. Do it once while it's just listed, and then do it once again when it's just sold. All right. The clients that do that get listings regularly from it. You don't need to do 1,000. You don't need to do 500. All right. It's better to do 2 at a smaller level than 1 mailing at a larger level. All right. If you farm a neighborhood, is there a way? Kim, I don't get that. If you farm a neighborhood, is there a way to send all of this info, all of what info? No, we do have the e-flyer for database. Maybe that's what you're thinking. Oh yeah. Kim, so hold on a second. Yep. Perfect. So this is for the farm, but we've also got an e-flyer for your database, which we'll get to next. All right. You can also door knock with this. This is fabulous for door knocking. In fact, you could door knock that with your listing presentation. I need to get my listing presentation printed. This is my expired one. So you could door knock with it. You could mail it. You could use a service like Zaire Mail, or other people, they just literally printed this up, and I've seen people do this. They so imagine here's the letter printed, and they will trifold the letter like this and put a little stamp, right? Like two little stamps so it holds together, maybe like this, and then just handwrite and put a stamp right on the paper. And people have gotten listings that way. So there's a lot of ways of doing this, but the key is getting it to a couple of hundred doors, homes around that listing. All right. And Deb says yes. And Deb, you owe me a video. I can't remember why. But Deb, you owe me a video. I'm waiting for that video still. I know I can't remember what the video is for, but I know you owe me a video. So I know you'll get it to me. But yeah, let me know what you're saying yes to. I'd love to hear that. All right. And there's 3 versions of the letter. I like the first version, but you can do whatever you want. Right. And they are editable. I hate to even show you this because the more you edit this letter, the more you're going to absolutely destroy it. The letter is pretty much perfect the way it is. So resist the urge to make it better, and just know the people that have the most success with this, they don't even edit it. They just leave it alone. All right. Oh yes, because you got a listing with your booklet. That's right. That's right. With your expired booklet. We got postcards and door hangers. Phenomenal. Just listed. And I tell you, these are great. All right, here's the PDF on the front. Now I'm showing you the standard. This is a little small. You can do EDDM, and I'll show you why they work. Right, super straightforward. Just listed, beautiful. Right, we're not we're not being gaudy with the postcard, especially on the front. Very simple to your brand colors. So whatever your brand colors are, the postcards will match. So it's just listed, coming soon, for sale. We got a QR code, we got a text code, and we got a great URL. That URL is phenomenal. The URL helps get more engagement because they see the street address. So in this case, it's 5530 Douglas, and it could be world's best listing, the best listing. In this case, is home now. So that's the front of the card. Beautiful. As long as you got good photography, you'll have a good card. And on the back of it, oh, Kim, actually, I just emailed you the other day. Your order got so lost. Oh my God. Right, Kim, did you get my email? I emailed you yesterday, I believe, because your order, I don't know how your order got so lost, but I emailed you actually twice. All right, perfect. So get back to me, and I'll get those out the door as quickly as possible. But yeah, I apologize. I don't know how your order got so lost for so long. That's on us. But the back of the postcard, when this home was sold, it will affect your home's value. And it's got this text code that is phenomenal. If anybody wants to try that, you can try that a little bit later. But yeah, Kim, and then make sure you join us on our expired calls because, man, they're just a lot of fun to do. And then B, man, people are getting great results. So we got a door hanger. We got a circle prospecting script. If you're into circle prospecting, you'll know what to do with this. This is a great script because, and again, if you're using My Plus Leads or RedX, it's a no-brainer to start calling through. So take a look at that. Most of you are not doing circle prospecting, so I don't like to spend a lot of time on that. Next up is eFly for your database. So Kim, I think this might be what you'll want to send to your database. So check this out. And you know what? Hold eFly for your database 1 second. I'm going to click listings. I'm going to open up in a new tab because I want to show you something. A lot of people don't know this, and you can send this, what I'm going to show you, through your CRM. Click on more tools, all listings email right here, all listings email right there, kind of halfway down. And this is an email, and you can select what listings you want on it. You can select the format. So change template, and I'll do that one. And select status. I'll just say, send my open house, just listed, pending, and just sold. Or I could just select what listings I want. Now, yeah, I know. That's why I thought I would just go ahead and show it. So here's my open house. Here's my just listed. Here is my pending, and oh, I don't have any just sold. Maybe they went to sold. I think it's after 30 days, they go from just sold to regular sold. And there we go. Sold, sold. And if you click in here, it'll go to the property website for that listing. It's got my listing to lead signature. It's got the link to the agent website where all your listings are. And then your listing to lead signature at the bottom. So that's a option for the email when you got multiple listings and you don't want to send out just one, just a listing by itself. Make sense? All right. Yep. Cool. And again, that's under listings, more tools, all listings email. And you can copy the code, send it through your CRM, send it through listings to leads. For this one, people click, they go to the landing page, the single property website, just like the other email. And then it lets them know when this home is sold, it will affect your home's value. So we got another great graphic right here that automatically goes to a landing page. And we get your listings to lead signature. I've customized mine. I got it going to my 100-point home. I got it going to my flip book from listings to leads. And then this is my client review website from listings to leads. So people click that, they go here. So phenomenal email. And if you want to send it through your CRM, the best thing to do, I think, is just click it, select all, and copy. And then if I open up in another tab, like go to your CRM, wherever it is that you're going to send an email to your database, and it literally takes 5 seconds. I'm going to give a subject line. I'm going to say, just listed in Folsom. Hit next. Every CRM is going to be a little bit different, so how you do it might be a little bit different. And I'm just going to paste that email right there. And I'm good to go. I got the beautiful slideshow. And you can do this with the all listings email as well that I was showing you just a few minutes ago. Same thing, just click and copy. And I mean, look at that, beautiful. Got my signature at the bottom. Right, just gorgeous. And then I can send it through my own CRM. Easy, easy, easy. I've got a database call script. It is awful how many people do not call through their database. So this is a great call because you're just calling about a quick listing in the area. It could be, again, coming soon, just listed, active, open house. I think open house and coming soon would be the two best, because then you got a little bit more reason why you're calling them. Hey, we're having an open house in the area and I just want to make sure you knew about it. or we got a listing coming soon. Just wanted to make sure you knew about it. Pending is phenomenal. Just sold is phenomenal. Because again, these are, client service, customer service, public service announcements that you're making that people would find interesting. Because a lot of times, even if someone is not thinking about selling quite yet or buying quite yet, if it's something that's coming up in their future, going to an open house may be something they do if they're not busy that day. And if they do come by the open house, then more than likely something is up or they're a neighbor. So inviting your database, at a minimum, they just need to hear your voice. They need to know you're still in the real estate business. They need to know that you are adding value. They need to know that you're actually a proactive type person. One of our clients yesterday was talking about when he was door knocking, there would be buyers that he would meet. So he would door knock. The expired listing had been expired for 6 to 7 months. So the owner is now renting it and a buyer might answer the door. And he had great conversations. And one of the things he would say to these renters is, do you like the neighborhood? And typically they would say yes. And so he would say, yeah. He goes, I do a lot of off-market marketing to find homes, both for my buyers and for sellers that are not currently on the market. And it was amazing because he said they understood exactly what I meant because I'm standing there talking to them about at a listing that was for sale, but no longer for sale. And so it really built a lot of trust with him and the buyers when he would talk to them like that. In fact, that video is going to be published. In fact, it might just be published. Let me go see real quickly here. If it is, I'll drop that link. Let's go see here. I'm on my other monitor. And yeah, here we go. I'm gonna So this video right here, I will put it into the chat and walk you through. Phenomenal question. The answer is no. Not really. I mean, unless it's like a absolute demo premiere listing that you want to keep to show off to other people for some reason. But after 30 days, no, I would just get rid of it. Just delete it. All right. All right, we have a couple more things to do, and one being short form videos on TikTok, Instagram, and so on. So we have several different ways of doing this. One is this is a script, and this is a phenomenal script. You can use this script on anything. What you're going to do is if you're on the laptop like I am right now, you would click send, and then I can just send it to myself, and then open it up on my phone. I can copy and paste that script into a teleprompter app if I'm using one. I think most people nowadays don't even use the teleprompter app just because, especially for a video like this, the property, unless it's not your property. But the great thing about the script is it is so flexible. You're just saying, hello, everyone in, Granite Bay. Want to let you know about a new listing at 5530 Douglas Boulevard that just listed for sale. You can get all the photos, details, and more by texting 10009 to 25678 or DM comment below for the link to the property website. It's a beautiful home on a corner lot with an updated kitchen, great school district, close to shopping and parks. Right, you get the idea. Talk a little bit about the property. Keep it short though, because if you talk too long about the property, then there's no reason for them to want more information. So just give a couple of the highlights. And it even says right here, give a brief 2 to 3 sentence overview, right? Not the whole thing. And then the beautiful thing about the script is you're going to flip it into a seller lead capture opportunity. Because if I'm a neighbor and I live in the area and I see you just talking real quickly, briefly about a property in my neighborhood, and you don't lose my attention span because you're just rambling on and on and on. And then I flip it to, if you are a homeowner in the area, when this home is sold, local home prices will change. Now I just became like a newscaster. Now it just became like, sharing news above and beyond just talking about this listing. So now I'm talking about how will this listing affect your home if you live in the area? Well, when it sells, it's going to affect your home value. And everybody knows that. So when you say it, it's like, oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. That makes sense. And then we're offering a solution for them because now they've got some interest and they're going, yeah, okay. Yeah, my home value will change. That's right. Yeah, home values. Okay. Now we're offering a solution. What can they do about that? Next, get your updated home value estimate now. Okay, thank you. But how do I do that? Now we're going to say, just go to, and you could even say the same text that's on the postcard, or go to california.freehomevalues.net to get your updated home value estimate now. And I always like to say after that, or just DM or comment below, because that way they can engage with the post and then I can get them the information directly. And then I think you're going to like what you see. And then this is Scott Pierce with L2L Realty. I look forward to talking to you again soon. So it's a phenomenal script. And this works for your listings. It works for listings that you're going to borrow. It's just a phenomenal script altogether. So take a look at that script and get that done. Now, remember I said, and before I get to the single property website and the yard sign, back in the overview, when I first clicked market listing, we were on this page right here. And if I go to the step-by-step guide, and I'm going to drop this into the chat. So I'm going to drop this link into the chat, and we got it for every status: coming soon, just listed, active, open house, pending, just sold. It's a little bit different for every status, of course. But what you want to do is you want to scroll down a little bit further to, and you're going to see the screenshots from Instagram. And it says Instagram, Facebook story, TikTok, YouTube shorts with link and poll. All right. Click here to see examples. And what I recommend that you do, check this out. So this is for an open house. This works for just listed, coming soon, open house, active, and it also works for pending and just sold. You just change up the call to actions a little bit. So that's the same image from Listing to Leads that we downloaded earlier. And it's, what's so great about this is on Instagram, and you're going to see there's video clips, regular images that you can use. But this is so great because the image takes up the first, like top half, like 3/5, not 3/5, like more 2/3, a little bit less than 2/3. Anyways, the top part of the image is the Listing to Leads image. And then I got a link, view photos, details, and more. And right from Instagram, they can go right to my single property website. And then look at that. I got a poll: looking to buy a home in the next 12 months? Yes, no. And people can interact with this right on Instagram or TikTok. Here's another one for an open house. Again, that could have been just listed, could have been coming soon, could have been active or for sale. Get the guide, 6 things to check before buying a home. So right on Instagram, visit link. Now they can download a PDF guide. And I got, is this kitchen your vibe? So I got a poll for the kitchen. This is a little video clip. See full video, photos, and more. So again, I'm linking here to the property website. So it's just a phenomenal way to leverage Instagram in particular, but also you can do this on TikTok stories. Get the free ultimate guide to buying a home link, and you can link all sorts of things. And for the poll, I got, how would you use this space? Movie nights and family time, entertainment. I want to sell my home. And so back at this page right here, here's coming soon and just listed. So we got more examples. right? Another guide, free ultimate guide to buying a home, different poll. So a lot of great stuff right there. And then there's a little video how to do this on Instagram and how to do it on TikTok. So take a look at that, because you got the short form video script, which that should be you talking about the property. But then you've got other ways of using little video clips or images where you're not in them to also get more out there in a way that's really, really engaging. We've got single property websites and virtual tours. So we got full screen and standard. We got different templates, and holidays are coming up actually. So if you go activate holiday styles, might be a little bit too early right now. But we got red, yellow, and white. What is this one here? So I think that's just, that might be white that snows. And the red one's really beautiful. I like that red one a lot. But if I go red and let's see what that looks like. Nah, that's funny. So we might be a couple of weeks or at least a week early. Thanksgiving is in a couple of days. That's kind of cute. Yeah. There's a little festive added atmosphere. So I'm going to turn that off, and maybe I'll turn that on next week. All right, sign writers. So real quickly, your sign and so I've got these for every status. So for sale, I even got coming soon somewhere. I got open house. And we want to make sure that we get these on the top of our yard sign. Just listed. All right, right there, just listed. I got sale pending. I'm not sure if you can do just sold, because usually when it's sold, that means the yard sign's coming down. So it makes, I've got just sold, and I'm coming soon as well. If you got coming soon. So you want to get that on the top of the yard sign. You also, whether you order from us or you get it from your local sign writing company, you want to get this below the arm. All right. So you want the status writer above the arm. You want this below the arm. And I also recommend getting a list or get a flyer box from your association and put in 10 at a time of listing flyers, because even if you only got one listing per listing, which you can totally do if you do all the marketing we're talking about, the ad, the post, the nearby homeowner letter, you do the stuff for the seller, you do the yard sign, right? You do all of this marketing, especially by the time you get done, because these things are only like $7. They're really cheap, and I can take them from one listing to the next. The sign writer part where it says text for more information, that costs like 20 to 25 bucks, and that extension stays in my account, so I can swap this sign writer from listing to listing to listing. When I buy an acrylic flyer box off of either Amazon or my association to put these in, that's a thing that I can move from sign writer to sign writer to sign writer. So these are investments into your business that I highly recommend that you make. And there's one more thing. If I go back to that post, right, where we were looking at the Instagram story and TikTok, if you scroll down all the way to Debbie, great question. Thank you so much. The single property websites are automatically created when you add your listing to your account. So there's nothing you need to create at all, but I will show you how to update the photos, video 3D tour. But your yard sign should look something like this. Let me just make that a lot bigger. And now I got to scroll way down because I made it really big, but it'll help you see it right there. So your yard sign should look something like that, right? Along the top, I got the different statuses. I've got the text, in this case, right, the number to 25678. And if I bring that back down to normal, the other thing I want to show you, and if you got the budget for it, I would highly recommend this. A link to a SignWriter Lite, and just getting some sort of light on your yard sign could be phenomenal, especially this time of year when it's dark, like at 5 o'clock or 5:30. So Deb Hain, yeah. Did you buy this one or another one? Maybe a little later. Take a little you know what, Deb, here's what you should do. Take a video, vertical, and I would do it where as a benefit, put it on your social media how your yard signs, because of the investment that you made into getting a light on them, are now able to be seen by people 24/7, and that this is a benefit to your seller to help make sure that people, buyers that are interested in the property when they drive by, they don't miss the yard sign. Does that make sense? So, Deb, that'd make a great video to put on your social media. And I would love to have you put that into the mastermind group. You know, Deb, I can't copy links. Put that in the mastermind group later. Yeah. Put the link in the mastermind group because I can't copy links from StreamYard. I wish I could. In fact, hold on, let me see. No. Yeah. I know. It's so annoying. Yeah. No, I can't. Yeah. Deb is giving a link. But yeah, please, yeah, put that link into the mastermind group. I'd love to have other options. I'm sure Amazon's probably cheaper. I just don't like to post links to things that I don't know. So if you know it and you approve it or recommend it, then I'll add it to this page here as well, for sure. So yeah, the single property websites, they're automatically created as soon as your listing is in your account. So check this out. If I go to listings, so right, you land on the main page right here. For any listing, just click where it says view. And that's going to be your property website right there. Right? If I go view for this one, so whether it's an image or a video, just click view. This is a property video, another video. And if you go to edit, so if I click, there's view, edit, checklist. And if I go to edit, I go to photos. So here I can upload all my photos. I can rearrange them. I recommend, here's a little pro tip. The first 5 photos should be the best 5 photos. That is for several reasons. One, people find it very annoying to have to go, especially you got like 40 photos, living front of the house, 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 living room, living room, living room, living room, kitchen, 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 kitchen. And it takes like 3 minutes to see, get a feel for the property. And when you go to do the Facebook ad, it's like all 4 photos are the front of the house. So what I recommend is come in here, upload your professional photos if you got them, and then B, rearrange them so you got the best 5 photos up here at the top. If you got property videos or 3D tour, I can put a YouTube link, I can upload a file, or I can put embed code. So I got different options right there. And yeah, really nothing else earth shattering. Under preferences, I can control the lead form, make it required or not. All right. Let's see what else might be. The seller information. I've already added it, so I don't need to add it again. I feel like, oh, preferences. Where are the tags? Oh, that's just under main. So under the main listing information, here we go. Your tags are right here. So if I want to tag this, right? And typically we have system tags that will be here. This listing has just been in the account for so long that it doesn't have them. But when you have a new listing, there will be some default tags added. And then you got your CRM lead source right there as well. So, oh, Kim, so you can open it. Oh, okay. That's interesting. Embed what code? Yeah, Kim, what do you mean by embed what code? What code do you want to embed? What are you thinking about? In the single property website here, this might be like a 3D tour where you got embed code for it. Or it could be, we have clients that have floor plans. So they'll have floor plans and they get the embed code for the floor plan and they'll drop it in here. God, I wish I could think of somebody right now, but I've seen a few people that do floor plans and it looks really cool. Right. And check this out. When I go to now notice when I'm in edit, property website, virtual tour are both up here as well. And so for example, if you got embed code for your Matterport, I can look at that. I can tour the home right in the property website. Someday I got to go through all this home. I've never really toured the whole home. Looks like a little patio. Yeah. Kind of cool, right? And that way, instead of linking out to, a third party link, like your photographer, photographers a lot of times will give you a link to a virtual tour. Don't use them, right? Great photos, love it, perfect. But get those photos in here. Oh, that's a cute little bathroom. I've never been in this bathroom here in this tour. But yeah, take those photos from your photographer and load them in here because now there's a lot more branding, a lot more call to actions, a lot more lead capture, a lot more things you can add, right? I can add, I got a community video, right? I got my 100% home marketing plan, maps and local, other lead capture. I got a client review video. Right. So much great stuff in here to engage people and keep people, just to keep people, they can download a PDF guide. Do you own a home? Yes. Do you need to sell? Yes. Boom. So the thing, yeah, I got my client reviews from Google, Testimonial Tree, and Zillow are right there. So a lot of really, really good stuff right there. Deb says, awesome. I'm getting photos, video, and a 3D tour Monday. Beautiful. Yeah. And you can always send it to support for them to help you with it as well. So if you get in there, I mean, once you know how to do it, it takes 30 seconds. But if you're busy, whatever, you could just uh, go to support and just say, here's my YouTube link. Here's my 3D tour embed code, right? Whatever. For photos, you'd have to upload the photos. You might as well just do that yourself with them. So, but anyways, yeah, let me know. Any questions? Are we good? All right. I hope everybody has an awesome Thanksgiving weekend or week or end of week or whatever it is that we call it. We will be doing the 4:00 call today for expired. So make sure you join us. If you click the bell up here, announcements, boom, announcements. If you click that, 30-day, and I need to change this because it's not a 30-day listing challenge. We've actually changed that to, it's going to go for till February. People are getting too good of uh, uh, people are doing too well. We got new people coming in all the time. There will be no call, as you can see here. The last call will be tomorrow morning. And then we got the call tonight. So if I go to 4 p.m., so it's tonight and then not until Monday. All right. Yes. Thanksgiving for everyone. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Appreciate that. Awesome. Have a good one. Get into the mastermind group. Let me know if you need any help or let our support team know. And we'll talk to you soon. All right. Have a great one, everybody. Talk to you soon. Thank you.